G'day friends, welcome to the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that little montage of clips from my travel journaling workshop, Memory to Memento. Here it is here. I haven't finished that course yet. I'm still currently working on it. I really want to put the final finishing touches on it and make it really super cohesive. So that does require a lot of time, and you'll see today this is just one of the lessons in that workshop, and that workshop is kind of full of lessons. So the thing that kind of not even trips me up, but I would say the thing that takes the most time is actually finding a really simple way to teach it. You'll have seen when I went through the montage, there's a lot of intricate stuff that's going on there. There's a lot that looks quite overwhelming to tackle and doesn't look like it'd be that easy. And even though I might approach it in a very complicated way, there is actually always a simple way to do it. I just maybe takes me 2 or 3 times to get there. So even though I've done the journal and I've worked through parts of it, I still have to go back and actually put together the lesson in a way that is the most easy to digest. I did that with Whimsical Illustration, my online workshop that I launched earlier this year, and it was a ton of work trying to go back and simplify the processes, because to me, I already know how they kind of work in my brain, but that doesn't necessarily translate very easily. So a lot of the work is actually going back through and putting things together. Sometimes it's just a really simple explanation, you know, instead of using technical terms for something, I might use a really simple explanation for it. But then sometimes it does look like putting together a PDF. So I've had printer issues lately. I don't know if you've been following the drama, but I printed these 5x7 because that's the only size that I can print at the moment, which is fine. It's actually mini and it's great because it's going to fit into my new journal, which I'm really, really excited about. I love this journal. I love playing in it, and just happy coincidence that this would fit really well. This page, the PDF that you have available to you, you'll see that it's a full page print, and they've got you, I've got the little template up here for you to use. You can use that to reference and just draw it yourself, or you can just cut this out and use it as is, which is what I'll do today. You've also got these boxes down here that look like they're perforated. They're printed that way so you know where to put the folds, but I'll show you how to fold it up in a second. And this is, if you print this page out, this will fit in here. So you're essentially creating your little spread in here. Originally, I don't even know if I mentioned this, I didn't. Originally, this concept came up because I had a lot of Insta stories that I was doing on my travel journal, not my travel journal, on my travels. I had a lot of stuff going on in the Insta stories because I was vlogging the whole thing, but I was taking photos as well, and then I was Insta storying it. Sometimes I wouldn't remember to film or take photos of what I'd put in my Instagram stories. So I saved the stories and actually just took screenshots of them and decided to make an Insta story that popped out so that I would have that memory in there as well. So this was originally to use for Insta stories. That's why it is a phone. That's why it's a hand holding a phone, just to document some of the Instagram story stuff that I didn't have pictures of. But you can do, like I'm going to do today, you can do anything with it. It's just a very graphic, fun kind of a spread that involves a very simple accordion fold. So what I'm going to do, I think we'll just get into it because I can chat while we're going along. I'm going to cut out the hand holding the phone. I'm going to do it from both of these because I'm going to do a double page spread. I want to use the bigger one as well. I am going to fussy cut them. I did put a really bold black line in the actual PDF for you, like it's printed here, just so you didn't have to worry about your fussy cutting, because that black line is so thick, you can actually cut into it, and it'll give you a nice, like there won't be any kind of white hanging around. It's a very simple outline to cut. That is why that line is so thick. I wouldn't usually choose to do anything that bold, but it just makes it a lot easier to cut. I'm cutting mine out because I'm only going to be doing doodling and kind of Zentangling all over it. If you were going to get fully mixed media on it, or you were going to stick a lot of stuff down, you might want to do that before you cut it off the page. That way you can cut off all the excess. You don't have to be super neat when you're doing it. It's a lot easier to work straight onto the page than it is to work on one of these fussy cut little pieces. So now that I've cut out my two phones, I'm going to cut out this little box at the bottom of my page as well. I'm going to get my guillotine out, my trimmer, because I really want this to be nice and straight. Again, you might want to work on the page and then cut it up afterwards, just in case you're getting really crazy with the stuff you're adding. Alternatively, you could just use this same idea and grab a thinner piece of paper if you're worried about bulking up your journal. This only folds up so that it's got like 7 faces to work on, so it's actually kind of not going to bulk up much. But the one I did in my travel journal had a lot more faces to it, like there was a lot more folds. So I used a thinner piece of Japanese paper to do that with, just so it wasn't getting super bulky, because I also had the sticker photos on there. To fold this, all you're going to want to do is fold it in half, and then fold it in half again. It's going to be really, really small because I've printed it out so small, but this will fit into my journal perfectly. But you know, fold half and half. I mean, that's super simple. When you open it back up, you're going to want to choose one side to glue down to the phone. You'll see that it fits perfectly there. And then you're going to take where you folded it and fold it back and forth like a little accordion pleat. So it's folded this way. Can you see that? There you go. Make like an M. Now, I don't really care about which way that it opens up. I mean, you can have it open up this way, you can have it open up this way. I actually like it this way just because I'm used to that way, but I'm not going to stick it on yet because I actually want to work on this, and I find that gluing it down to here and trying to work on it and stay out, you know, not ruin anything on the phone, like it's just too much. I'm just going to work on this separately, and before I do anything, I'm going to take a big red X on the part that's going to be glued to the phone. because I have made the mistake before of decorating this page and then having to glue it down. So you don't want to do that. Like I said before, I'm just kind of doodling and Zentangling all over these, so I don't really need to decorate them much. I'm going to glue them straight down to my page. This is my Moleskine field note sized journal you might have seen recently on a video. I love this thing. Remember in that video how I said to remove the bulk? This is why, because we're going to start sticking all this collage and this little mini journal onto this page as well. If your book was already kind of sitting like that, you're just going to have a nightmare of a time trying to figure all that out. So I want to stick this down. I'm going to stick it and place it where I want it, and then I'll just trim off the excess afterwards. I really like to apply a liberal amount of glue to a lot of this stuff that I work on, so I always have these spare little pieces of off-cut paper or just scrap paper laying around, just so I can really put glue all the way to the edge. I don't like any corners popping up or anything. And just press that down. I'm going to glue this bigger one down as well on this side. Kind of looks like there's two people standing there. But before I glue it down, I want to just score the inside of that journal, the inside of that piece of paper, just down the middle. I'm just running my fingernail down the middle just so I know where to place it. And again, a nice liberal amount of glue. I don't like to use wet glues because when I'm using thinner pieces of paper, it buckles and it warps too much. So I always use a glue stick. I'm not even a fan of the purple one, to be honest. I actually kind of don't like the purple one. But I bought a pack of like 6 billion of them, so I'm always using the purple one. I'm going to place it back down and push that groove back into the paper. Before it gets dry, I really do like to close that fold just to make sure that it closes nicely. Sometimes if you glue over 2 parts of the page and your page is not really sitting in that groove, when you go to open it fully, it will start tearing. So that's why I like to fold it beforehand and make sure I close it before it dries. You've still got a bit of wiggle time when it's not completely dry. I'm going to leave that for a second. I'm going to work on my little accordion pleated, I'm going to call this a mini journal. There's nothing that I'm really going to do with this that's kind of, groundbreaking today. I'm actually just going to grab a pen and I'm just going to doodle. I'm going to draw all the way through it. I just want to draw in pen today. So I'm going to put that part in speed and put a little bit of music on, and I'll come back when that's finished. Alrighty, that is done. That was a lot longer than I expected. I just kind of got carried away. I was having some thoughts about Inktober this year, which I'm sure I'll share with you in September. The long and short of it, I know this is supposed to be a tutorial, but I'm just going to chat as well. Because it's a really simple tutorial, let's be real. The long and short of it is, I don't know if I should do it this year. I was thinking if I did Daisy again, because I really enjoyed that last year, and it's something that... The problem is I know I can do it, I know I could schedule it in, but this year I'm trying not to just do things just for the sake of doing them. They have to be important, they have to be intentional for a specific reason, and Inktober I feel like I'm just doing so that, because I've been doing it. Don't get me wrong, I could always learn some more about ink, and the process, and I can enjoy it all, but... I don't know, I just feel like, especially, it relates back to this course, I still have to finish this course, and I'm doing the playtest, which you're watching. I just don't know if it's feasible to, fit a whole month's worth of video content in before all of that, which it just sucks, because I know I can do it, so it's just shut up and do it. That's what I say to myself anyway, but that's just not healthy. So I'm going to have a long, hard think about it. I even wrote in here, I'll probably ask you guys in September for your opinions, but I just don't know. I know in Mermaid I kind of relaxed this year, and I didn't do I think I did 3 videos, right? I didn't do daily videos like I did last year. And it's not even about the video content, because to be honest, once you get a flow and a rhythm going... Oh, sorry, I'm just gluing this down. It's not even about the videos, because once you get a flow and a rhythm going, I feel like it's, you know, the editing is really not that bad. I mean, it still takes time. It's a lot, like 31 full pieces of anything. Even the 31 illustrations from Mermaid, I was like, that was a lot, but it was much more doable than what I've done before. So who knows, maybe I could take it down a notch like I did in Mermaid. But then I was thinking, well, if I brought Daisy back, I mean, she's always fun to draw, and I love all the different interpretations. Do I make a new prompts list? Do I get you guys to write the prompts list this year? I don't know. These are my thoughts I'm throwing out into my little mini journal that is now my iPhone screen. Oh, I probably should have done all my doodling before I did that. It's okay. I'm going to take my pens, just my pens, my markers, and just kind of doodle all around the phones. I might put some writing in here as well, some journaling in here. And yeah, I'm just going to finish up this page. Oh, I also recently got a bunch of pens because I was shopping on Amazon late at night when I was upset that my printer broke. And so I have these pens here. I might use some of these on the black of the background because I want to see what they look like. Unsure if I will though. I might use those. But that is it for the tutorial. Very, very simple. Alternatively, like if you don't want to just stick this down, you can draw it. The thing is, you really want to be careful about how you end up making your inside pieces, especially if you're using the screenshots from your iPhone. I formatted this for my iPhone 7 Plus, so this ratio is actually a perfect size to put the screenshots from your Insta story in. That is why it is long. Like this isn't the right ratio for an iPhone. I did it so that the stuff inside would fit perfectly, but everyone's phone is kind of different. So I would recommend that if you are printing off photos for it, just grab a little ruler out. I mean, you can do this if you're proficient in Photoshop. You can make your files and make sure that your photo isn't, you know, bigger than whatever you're working with. But that is why I made the PDF with the little box on here, so you could get a reference for it. If you're using your PDF, you can actually put that into Photoshop. You can just drag your photos straight onto the top of this and resize them to fit in there and then print it out if you want. So I'll just let you figure that out and play with that because I know everyone's at different skill levels when it comes to technology. But for me, that Insta Story idea was just the one thing I wanted to try with it. I think, you know, with this little accordion pleat, this little journal in a journal, there's many applications for it. I actually quite enjoyed doing this little journaling entry in here today, and I'm sure you will find something really fun to do with it. Oh, actually, I had this as well. I wanted to show you this because this was one of the samples that I made when I was trying to figure it out. I had some spare photos, and I just colored mine in. I could just stick this somewhere, but this is quite bulky. I was doing the no hoard sticker washi challenge. I actually thought it would be a great way to use all the stickers and washi until it bulked up a lot. So I had pulled out a whole bunch of stickers and washi tape that I've been using. The hashtag no hoard sticker washi challenge is by Rowena. I'll leave the hashtag in the description below. But yeah, Rowena from Sojourner came up with this challenge because she's clocked us all. We're all hoarding stickers and washi somewhere. So you could actually do this, do multiple folds and document your no hoard sticker washi challenge in here. This is obviously a little too small to get a lot in there, but the size that I used for my travel journal here, this is a substantial size. I even put a little paper clip in here just to keep it all together while it's in here. You could fit a ton of stickers and washi in here. I think what I also really liked about this as well is that I got a paint pen, like a glitter paint pen, and just started writing all over the top of it. In my Insta stories, I really like to put all the little GIFs, I don't know what they're called. I like to put all little decorations all over it, and it's fun to do that on the Insta story, but it's also fun to do that the analog way, you know, grab your stickers, grab your washi, grab your little gel pens, your little paint pens, and actually do it over the top here as well. It kind of adds another dimension to it. Obviously, you can't print in glitter. I wish you could. I'm still waiting on that technology to evolve. But you can definitely grab out some of your glitter gel pens and stuff and add all of that fun and excitement and sparkle back into it if you're doing this Instagram one. So I'm going to finish up my page with some simple doodles. Yes, this is how far I'm through my journal. Still not finished. I really want to just finish it. I'm so close to being finished. There's not much work left, but I have to give myself the proper amount of time to do it because, you know, it'd be such a waste to go through all of that work and then just rush it at the end. So I'm going to make sure that I give myself the proper time. I'm going to leave this over to the side and hopefully I'll find some time this coming week to do that. But that's why the Inktober thing is confusing me as well. Like, I should do my coursework. So I'm going to grab all my doodling supplies. I'm going to go to town on all of this. I have one more thing to say actually, and it's not super important, but it might be of benefit for some people to know. For my online courses, I actually have course ambassadors, and if that is something that you're interested in applying for, I don't have a application process. I just like to go and scout people through Instagram because it's essentially like a little program that I run for people to do the workshop. I have a few people in mind already for the travel journaling workshop, not gonna lie, but I chose 5 ambassadors. I think it was 5 or 6 ambassadors for the whimsical illustration, and basically you just go through the course and you do it, and you just document the process of going through it. You do not have to be proficient, you do not have to have done it before, you don't have to be good. The only thing you have to do is document it, and that's something that I like to collect in the feedback, and I like to share with people as like promotional and marketing materials, just your beautiful images. So you don't really have to have any kind of skill level, you just have to be good at documenting your process, and I will choose a bunch of ambassadors to participate for the travel journaling workshop. And it is not a paid position, however, and I don't really love to advertise this because I feel like it just sends the wrong message, like it's a competition or something, but you can earn money from doing it. Each ambassador gets an affiliate link, and anyone that signs up through the course, you make an affiliate commission off of, which just means part of the profits that I would take get remitted to you. So we had a few people that were doing that and making some money off of it during Whimsical Illustration. It's something that I promote for you as well, so any of the ambassadors that get their stuff to me earlier, I like to post that and post your like socials along with it as well. So it is a good opportunity for you to, I kind of see it as, you know, my kind of design team, where you get to experience the product, you get to enjoy, you know, the product, the workshop, but you can also get something back from it. It's a very mutually beneficial little partnership. So you don't have to do it, doesn't have to be your main motivation, but I know that there are people out there that might really benefit from doing a little program like that, and I just like that there is an opportunity for you to be able to earn money from it. Anyway, all of that extra affiliate information, all that extra ambassador information is, you know, I'll give out to the people that do become the ambassadors, but if it is something you're interested in, you literally have a full lesson here. If you want to take your photos and document the process of doing this and share that with me, it would give me a really good idea as to know who might be interested in participating as an ambassador for the travel journaling workshop. I'm not saying you have to, I'm just saying it would give me a good idea. But that is all I had to say. I think that's all my announcement, all my notes. I hope you found this really simple. I think it broke down even more simple as I was showing you what to do with it. I think the PDF really helped, so that's good for me to know when I go to put the actual lesson together. Like I said, I'm going to finish this up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.